Yo! Hey there! We're doing another episode of Not TV. This is another tier list video. Last time I did the rankings of the B movie characters. Today we're talking about something important, near and dear to my heart. We're talking about family. You heard it right. We're talking about family. We're ranking family. Not really. We're not going to rank family. But we are talking about Fast and Furious, which is very closely related to family. If you don't like Fast and Furious, I apologize, but not for making this video about Fast and Furious. I apologize for the fact that you don't like Fast and Furious, because that is a travesty. It's a tragedy. It is a shame, because I like it. Is it just about cars? Yeah. Is it just about things blowing up? In the later ones, yes. The thing and we'll see whenever I get to these and I start ranking them. I love the ones early on. I think for most people did. The thing that I found, and actually game theory, or no, it would have been movie theory, film theory. They have a bunch of channels. Film Theory did a good video on it. Was ranking what is the fastest and the most furious movie. Because the ones really early on were a lot about cars. They weren't necessarily as fast, but it was about cars. It was about street racing. It was about like, hey, like these guys are just into car. Like it was a good movie. 1 and 2 were amazing, and Tokyo Drift got a lot of heat because at first it was like, what the crap? What is this? Is this a spinoff? What is this? It was supposed to be the third movie. It wasn't a spinoff, but it didn't make sense up until I think it was after the end of 6 is when it kind of, you're like, what? No way. Now they're all pieced together and it makes sense. My issue is in the early movies, they, like I said, they were about cars. They were about family. They were about like not having friends, family. Like it was actually good. Like it had a good message. When there was like a lot of it was like just scantily clad women and fast cars, which is what guys want to see. Oh, sorry, I should have phrased that better. That's what Hollywood thinks guys want to see. It's what, well, to be honest, it's what a lot of guys see. I mean, I actually am there for the movie. But I feel like that's what the new movies focus too much on. It's like a lot of women, a lot of explosions. It'll make people want to see it even more. No, no, that's not how it works. Do you want cars? Yes. Do you want there to be fast things and explosions? Sure, but only when it makes sense. Because the first two, well, I feel like the best. I'll go ahead and rank them. I mean, honestly, the first two are my favorite. The second one was always kind of my favorite back in the day. It's a little more comedical because you have Tyrese, or Roman, and he's with Paul Walker. Paul Walker, love him. Honestly, dude, I don't want to talk about it. I don't know if I want to talk about it too much because I might actually cry in this video. Paul Walker was like one of my favorite, man. Which we actually share a namesake. No relation, unfortunately. I wish. I should have just said that there was a relation. That'd be cool, but I have no way to prove it. But dude, he was one of my favorite. Wasn't like a fancy, like good actor. Wasn't like in all these great A-list movies. Do I think he's the best actor ever? No. But was he my favorite? Yeah, because they were my favorite movies. So he was my favorite actor in my favorite movie. But I just thought he was cool, and I thought he just always knew how to drive the car, and that was what I wanted to do. Even though I know nothing about cars these days, really, or any point in my life did I ever know anything about cars. I just think it's interesting. Yeah, they just got, like, Tokyo Drift was good looking back now that it makes sense in the storyline. I did not like... Okay, well, actually, no, I'll put this one. The fourth one was just kind of felt slow because the plot of it is, and spoiler alert, if you have not seen any of the Fast and Furiouses and you want to watch them, don't watch this because I'll probably talk about it a lot, and come back and watch it. If not, if you've already seen it, or if you're like, that's stupid, oh, sorry, I'm yelling a lot today. Fast and Furious 4, which this is the real Fast and Furious. Then Fast and Furious 4. Basically, 1, they meet up, they kind of get to know everybody, and it's like, Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor, is an undercover cop, and there's all these, like, truck robberies going on, and he's investigating Dom Toretto, which is Vin Diesel, and like his gang of guys, which is like ends up being like some of it are like actual family, and some of it are his friends. And he just tells everyone, like, I don't have friends, I have family, because I either trust you enough and care for you enough and I'll die for you, so you're family, or I don't care for you at all and could care less what happens to you. There's no in between. There's no like level system. And so then Paul Walker falls in love with Vin Diesel's sister, and then they get connected, and he finds out that Paul Walker is an undercover cop. But Paul Walker's like, you know what? Like, I see y'all, like, y'all aren't bad guys, you're just doing bad things. First of all, I love your sister, so that's a big part of it. And, like, y'all are cool, y'all know a lot about cars, and I get more fulfillment out of this. I'm piecing out on these guys. He gives them the car at the end when there's a cool train scene. The orange Toyota Supra from that movie, favorite movie, like, dream car. Like, if I could have any car, it would be that one. And apparently they auctioned it away whenever he died at, like, for a fundraiser. I want to say it was like worth a ton of money, obviously, but like, gosh, like if I could even just get a replica one, that would be insane. But like, that would be like, I mean, I would just not ever drive the thing. I would get in it and sit there, maybe turn it on, and maybe like back out of the driveway, take it for a ride down the street, and that'd be about it. But dude, that'd be so cool. I would just get out and look at it. Fast and Furious 2, he kind of just goes off, does his own thing, meets his old friend Tyrese, Roman, Pierce. And then they just kind of, that one's more about like the cops find him again, like, hey, you turned on us a while ago. You can either work for us or go to jail for like the rest of your life. And he's like, fine, I'll help bring down this drug lord guy, this kingpin, whatever. Races for him, works for him. Then they turn on him. So that's cool. It's got Eva Mendes in it. And then in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, they're like, there's no even characters there, and it's about this really southern dude. He's from Alabama, but then he ends up he gets in trouble at school. First of all, the dude looks like he's like 30. I forgot that actor's name, but he's like, it looks like he's 30, and he's supposed to be in high school. I'm like, alright, Netflix, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, Netflix always grabs the wrong age actors. But yeah. So then after that, basically, he gets in trouble and has to move to Japan with his dad, or Tokyo, which, you know, is in Japan. Yeah, I had to make sure. I was like, oh, what if I said Tokyo was in Japan? It's in China. I had to make sure. I'm not super great with my geology over there. Geography, my bad. Stumbling on my words. But yeah, so basically, it doesn't really make sense. He like finds this girl that he's like, okay, she's pretty cute, and then finds out that there's actually like this whole street racing thing, but it's like they drift a lot, and he's used to American street racing where it's just like straight line drive, whatever, just go fast. But in here you have to like be able to drift and have like different parts for your car and whatever and all this, and it's more fancier and whatever. So he finally learns how to do that from this Asian dude named Han. Han is like super cool. He's like this mentor. Han dies in the middle of it, and he's like, I'm gonna fight you for blowing up this guy's car and making him die. He wins, takes a girl, kicks these drug guys out of the territory or whatever. And at the end, Vin Diesel pulls up and he's like, you remind me a lot of this other guy, you know, this other guy I used to drive with, referencing Paul Walker. Then in the fourth one, they all meet up again, and it's like, I don't know if we can trust you. Yeah, we haven't seen you guys in a while. It's like a standoff. And then it's just really slow. It's very just weird and out there. And then 5 is when 5 is, I think, 5 was okay. 5, some of my friends like 5. Fast 5 was just, it was in the middle. It was kind of for me where it started to get less about cars and like local street racing and like their relationships with each other, and more about, hey, let's take down these international bad guys. This one was about they were trying to like rob this bank, and I just remember the scene from the end. This is the first one The Rock's in, which that one I thought initially was cool. This was the beginning of where I didn't mind him being in here, and I was like, all right, whatever, this isn't that bad. Fast 5, I was like, I can deal with this. I can manage this. And then 6 is probably in the same vein. 6 actually I liked. because it was the last one where Paul Walker was like, you know, rip him, man, fully alive for all the scenes. And I like the beginning of it because it had that the 2 Chainz song where it was like, one shot, everything rides on tonight. Even if I got 3 strikes, I'ma go for it. This moment we own. You know, I just embarrassed myself on camera, but hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that because that was such a good rendition of it. But it was cool, and it plays like all of the moments from 1 up until like right there at 6. It's a cool look back, and I think it's so weird how they did that and like finished it and had this throwback, and then he died, and it's like they should have saved it for the 7th one because that would have been a little memorable, because then they did another look back and it was like, you know, and 7 was sad. 7, I feel like it was good, it just was sad. I mean, I'll probably put it up here. Fate of the Furious was kind of and then this is down here. I'll put this down here. I'll put it up here. It's higher than this one. This one's just, it's not terrible, but it's just like meh. Not that. And I think there's one scene where they like rob a train or something and they have to drive a car off into the water. I don't really remember. Fate of the Furious it was just weird because it was the first one without Paul Walker, and it didn't feel right. And still, even now, like the newest one, this was Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw, it shouldn't even, like, it's a good movie if it's not in the Fast and Furious universe. Because it had something to, I watched about 89% of it. I think it had something to do with, they're like, I know The Rock goes to Samoa or the islands, and it's like all about, that's like family too. And Jason Statham, and I like the dynamic between both of them. I think that's funny and that's interesting. But I don't think this movie almost has nothing, like it doesn't connect to the first movies at all. Like 1 and 2 connect to each other, and 4 kind of loops that in, but then it's like the first 2 are its own chapter, 4 is a transition movie, then 5, 6, and 7 are all kind of its own movies, and then 8 and 9 are kind of like, that's the post Paul Walker. And it really all kind of started with Vin Diesel and Paul Walker. And so, like, I understand they had plans to go all the way to 10. And even now, there's rumors they'll make an 11th if you count, like, another spinoff. Because they might make Hobbs and Shaw 2. I don't know. The 9th one wasn't as bad as people said. If I had 9 on here, I'd probably rank it in here with Fast 5. John Cena was cool. He actually is a better actor than people say. Not just being, like, biased. Like, he actually is. It's not just a hero. Like, he plays a good villain. And I think you saw that, too, in Justice League 2. But I think that's good. Yeah, I just don't like how that's like trying to make a movie with 50% of your foundation gone, or like that's like building a house on like 2 foundational bricks and setting it up, or like 2 pillars, and you take one out, and really you should just evacuate, clear out, and be like, hey, this house was good while we had it. It's nice, but let's call it done for now, and we can just look back and remember it, or go build something elsewhere. But it's like, nah, we'll just keep stacking this other side. We'll stick something in here to like make it good for now, and it just doesn't feel like that. So yeah, that's my the tragedy of the Fast and Furious series was that like these movies nowadays have like nothing to do with 1 and 2, and Tokyo Drift was it was cool. It was its own separate thing. You know, I don't know. Actually, 6 I'd probably rank over here. 6 would be here or maybe here. 6, the actual plot of it wasn't that great, but I liked the intro and that, and just it was the last movie to have everyone there healthy, happy, no deaths, whatever. So that was cool. But that's all I have to say about that. That's been my video on the Fast and Furious tier listing. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully if you didn't like Fast and Furious, or you've never watched it, even though I've kind of already told you the plot, who knows? Maybe this will get you to try it out, watch it. Like I said, if you're going to watch it, please start with 1 and 2. Obviously, start from the beginning, because I really feel like it's 1, 2. So, you know. But yep, thank you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. There's always more content coming out, always. We're going to get better at that. Who knows, maybe we'll even get to daily content. So, yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you all. Thank you, and have a great day. Peace out.